first thing you need to do is be safe. Disconnect the appliance or turn off the breaker to avoid electric shock. Hello guys, welcome to my channel DIY Repair Now. Today we're going to be working on a GE dishwasher. The problem that we have with this dishwasher is that it is not working at all. We got a model number on the display. And the only thing this dishwasher is doing is that every time you press play, it doesn't do anything. It only flashes that green light and it flashes a yellow light on the front, as you can see right there. That yellow light is flashing and it makes a beeping noise, but it doesn't drain, it doesn't get water, it doesn't do anything at all. Now, as you can see, I already kind of pull it forward a little bit, and the conclusion of my experience is that it is either the door latch or it's either the main control board, because it doesn't do anything. Now, the reason why I'm replacing this door latch is because this door latch is very common, and they go bad in this model on this dishwasher. So the door latch, it was inexpensive. I think it was like $23. So like I was saying, I was almost 99% sure that it was only going to be the main control board, but I also want to replace this latch because I know it's going to give the customer trouble down the road. So I'm going to go ahead and start by replacing the door latch and see what happens. The old door latch feels good and it looks good still. This is about 8-year-old or 6-year-old dishwasher. So gotta say, I don't think it's anything wrong with the latch, but I want to go ahead and replace it as well. However, we're gonna go ahead and check if this solve our problem. When you put out the dishwasher, is 2 screws on the top. In some models, the screws is gonna be on the side, and it might have some tabs to cover the screws, so you have to remove those. And I think it's like black or gray caps that goes on the side, and they are holding the dishwasher on the cabinets by those screws. So if you have those screws, if you want to replace this latch, you have to go ahead and remove those screws on the side. In this case, they have the screws holding the dishwasher on the top, and that's what I removed to be able to pull it out. Now, what I'm doing right now is dealing with installing the door latch. So I remove the bottom tray, the bottom rack, and I'm using extension. The new latch, it does not bring the screw thread pre-drill, so you have to do it either with your drill or with a screwdriver. To be able to remove it, I use the drill, but I'm thinking to be able to install this one because I don't want to over thread it or damage the thread because it's plastic. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it with this small screwdriver. They call it a torpedo screwdriver. This is the way I do this repair, guys. However, you can remove this top rack. In this case, that rack is a mission to get it out, and I don't want to cause another issue, so I'm doing it this way. And like I said, if you have that yellow light flashing on the front and the dishwasher is not doing anything, most likely you need a new main control board, but I'm thinking it's worth to replace the latch first to see if this solves your problem. But this is the way I'm doing it, and as you can see, I already installed our new door latch. And right now we're gonna go ahead and test it out. And I think I'm hearing the same noises. And yeah, the yellow light is blinking again. And this new door latch did not solve our problem. However, we're just gonna leave it there because, like I said, it's very common. They go bad in this dishwasher. We're just gonna keep this one for testing another ones. Just to be on the safe side, we're gonna leave the new one. Now, in another videos that I saw in my research, they say that maybe it could be the overflow, but everything in there looks really decent, really good. So the next thing that we're gonna do is go ahead and turn off the breaker. I don't get this on video, guys, but every time I'm messing with the electrician with the wiring or anything, I go to the breaker box and turn it off. I just cut the video and I don't put that on the video because that will make the video too long. As you see, I'm removing the two 1/4 screws that holds the bottom cover, and I'm removing this insulation to be able to get access to the main control board. I'm gonna go ahead and put some light, that way we can see better what we're doing. And right there you can see we have a wire, and there is our main control board that is holding by two screws. This is the only two screws. They are yellow or bronze, however color you see. To me, like a bronze, and they're different from the rest of the screws because every other screws are silver, and these two screws that are holding the board are yellow, bronze color, gold color. Now go ahead and remove those two screws. There's more screws on the sides. Those silver screws doesn't have to be removed. So I'm just letting you know it's only these two yellow screws that have to be removed. I got the two screws that are holding the board in place. I'm trying to get it out, but now we have this electrical box on the right that is preventing us from removing the board. Now that little box, that's the wire protector box, basically like a shield. It protects the wire from things, from bugs and things like that. Now that little box is holding by 1/4 screws as well, so just remove it. That harness that I just removed, that's the high voltage that goes to the main control board, and as you can see there we have our control board, and we have 3 harness. We already removed 1, 2, and we have, that's outside the board, and now we have another 3 harness inside the board. Now this has like a little clamp, you just push it and release it, and you just have to bear with me because I'm working with a minimum space here and it's kind of difficult. So this one also have like a little clamp, and you just press that and it will release. This is the 3rd harness. Press and release. Very self-explanatory. And our board is out. If you guys want to go ahead and see exactly how I did it, you can pause the video, or you can go back and play it again over and over until you feel comfortable to do this repair. Now we are removing a 1/4 screws that is holding this board in place, and it's also work as a ground connection. Here we have our new main control board. LG always does a nice packaging. Nothing compared with Samsung, LG. Sometimes they just put it in a bag. They got good protection boxes with good presentations. This is our new main control board. As you can see, you put it one next to the other one and they look identical. Now this board is holding by some tabs that you have to press them to be able to release the board, because that's what holds the board in place. So grab like a screwdriver or a needle nose to release it from those metal tabs, and then it's going to start coming loose. It starts for the one on this side. Press it, release it, and just walk your way through the back tabs.
Major surgery, huh?
Try to take your time. If you can, use gloves, because those metal shields got sharp edges. That's just my advice. And as you can see, it goes in. That is the harness that connects to the power. Here we have our new main control board. Sometimes you have to put it like in an angle, put that bottom part first, and then snap all the snap all those metal tabs in place. As you see, that's the harness that connects the power, and we install the 1/4 screws. They also work that secures the board in place and also work as a ground connection. Now we're gonna go ahead and start installing our board back on the dishwasher. As you see, we work with a minimum space, but we're trying not to remove the whole dishwasher if it's not necessary. And over here, I'm gonna explain you guys. I'm gonna explain that I had a little trouble putting this board back because some slacks in there where the cable fits in, and I was putting it on the wrong one. The harness, just take a picture and make sure you put in the harness where it goes. That was not the issue. I'm gonna go ahead and put a picture right now and show you the little trouble that I ran into. That way you guys avoid this from happening to you. See, I was putting it where the yellow arrow is, but it actually goes where the red arrow is. That's where the wire should be fitting in to the board. So just keep that in mind, because that was giving me a headache. As you see, it was not going in. So that's why I had a little trouble, but I figured out that it goes to the neck slack right there, and that's where the wire fit in the board. Now we'll make sure the wiring on the other side is in the actual slack and not on the edge of the shield, because it can cut the wiring. You don't want that from happening. This is the third harness. Just snap it in place, and now just go ahead and put the board where it should be. Like I said, every time I'm working with this board and messing with the wiring, I go to the breaker box and disconnect everything. This is the power harness. This is what fits in 120 volts to the board, and that is the low voltage that I just put in last. As you see, I go to turn it on the breaker. Do not work with power on. And as you see right there, it was already water coming in, Now I press the button, the yellow light stays steady, and this is a good indication that it's not blinking anymore. So at this point, it looks like everything is working fine. If you hold the start button in place, it will cancel the setting and it will start draining the water out. And as you can hear, it's already draining. So it looks like our problem was our main control board. Just make sure you put everything back like it was. Installation right there, I'm trying to cancel the cycle. Now I'm going to go ahead and proceed to install this screws that holds the main control in place, which this is the ones I told you they kind of bronze, gold, yellow color, and they are different from the rest of the screws. So just make sure you install those screws. That way this board stays in place and does not move from his housing. Now we're going to go ahead and install our wire cable box. Just make sure it goes in place the way it's supposed to. On the right side it has like a male to female connection, and then the other side is held by a 1/4 screws. Right now I'm going to show you the other side of the box, that way you guys can see how this electrical box is held by that 1/4 screws. Just bear with me because I'm trying to do this with a very minimum space here. It's very limited space here. So we're gonna go ahead and secure this electrical box with 1/4 screw. And that is the screw that's giving me a hard time. And that's where the male to female connection is. Make sure everything is connected in place. Now we're gonna go ahead and install the insulation. Just work your way around. Put it just like it was. And go ahead and install the bottom panel. Just install the two 1/4 screws that holds the bottom panel, and like I say, at this point we're pretty much done. Now lastly, we're gonna go ahead and secure the two screws. Just push the dishwasher in and align the two clamps with the two holes to put the screws back in place. This one is holding by Phillips screws, but your dishwasher maybe it's a different screws. Just look for that screwdriver. You'll be able to remove it. However, I told you you will probably have the screws on the side of the dishwasher, not on the top. To be able to remove it, we're going to install our bottom rack. Let's put the old board in the old bag box. Turn on the breaker for the last time. And put a setting. As you see, the light stays steady. And that's it. Customer is really happy we were able to fix this dishwasher. If this video helped you in any way, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for future videos. Thanks for watching.